Namaskar, my friends. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and yes, I know I've been MIA for a while. The reason? I was moving into a new house. And let me tell you, that took way more time and energy than expected. But the setup's finally done, and we are back to business, and more reviews are coming your way, so stay tuned. But first, let's have a look at what we are doing today. We are taking a look at the Studio Series 86 Jazz, a reissue of the original release. Now, right off the bat, let's talk about the packaging, because honestly, Hasbro, what are you doing? The box art has taken a serious downgrade. I don't know if this is a part of their cost-cutting measures, but it looks cheap. Sure, it's collector friendly, you can display the figure in the box if you want, but visually, it's a far cry from the original design. Just plain disappointing. Taking a closer look at the packaging on the side, we've got a digital render of Jazz, pretty standard stuff. Turn the box around and we get the usual suspects, product shots, the transformation steps clearly listed. Jazz transforms into a beautiful G1 style Porsche, more on that later, and that's always a big win. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Spin around again and we have got another digital render on the opposite side. So nothing too exciting here, just functional, minimal, and kind of bland, honestly. Now, taking a look at the figure itself, I've got to say both Takara Tomy and Hasbro have done a decent job here. It's not mind-blowing, but it definitely gets the job done. This does look like Jazz from the 1986 movie. Not exactly screen accurate, but close enough to scratch that nostalgia itch. I think this mold has already seen a few rounds in the Studio Series line. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I dived into the 86 wave, so feel free to correct me down in the comments. But yeah, it definitely feels like one of those reused molds, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if the execution holds up. As for the paint deco, I actually quite like it. The chest detailing, especially with the headlights, looks solid. Sure, there are probably one or two missing paint tabs, and I do remember there being an upgrade kit floating around somewhere that fills in those G1 style gaps. That might be worth checking out if you're aiming for full cartoon accuracy. But overall, it's not great, not terrible, it's pretty alright. I mean, he has a solid shelf presence and definitely recognizable as Jazz. There's also some nice paint detailing on his legs. Those little tabs add a bit of visual breakup. And then we've got the roof of the car which folds on his back, and that section has some paint on it too. So they didn't completely cheap out on the finishing touches, but yeah, it's quite decent. And as for the fans of the 86 movie, it definitely checks enough boxes to be worth a spot on the shelf. Now, let's have a look at the head sculpt, and honestly, no complaints here. I mean, really. This is a fantastic looking Jazz head. You look at it and you know instantly who it is. It's unmistakably Jazz. The visor isn't transparent, but that light blue paint really pops. It captures the cartoon style aesthetic they were going for, and it absolutely works. The sculpted detail is clean and the overall shape nails the classic G1 vibe. As a fan, I don't think I could have asked for much more. It is one of the best Jazz head sculpts I've seen. It just looks spot on. Jazz comes with one accessory, and yeah, I've got to admit that's a bit of a letdown. I really wish he came with more, but hey, if Hasbro had packed in a few more pieces, they'd probably have slapped a leader class label on it and charged more. That's just how it goes these days. Still, Jazz could have seriously benefited from some additional gear, maybe a grappling hook, a blast effect, or even a mini boom box or something. Just could have given us something. Thankfully, as I mentioned earlier, some upgrade kits do exist that offer more accessories, so collectors, you do have options. That said, he does come with his trusty blaster, and to be fair, it's a solid one. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted, very G1 inspired, and Jazz holds it securely. No complaints there. It fits well, looks good, and does exactly what it needs to do. But yeah, more accessories would have certainly made a big difference. As for articulation, it's pretty basic, to be honest. Jazz doesn't look up at all, which is a bit of a shame. There's not much head tilt either, so don't expect any dramatic angles from him. He can look down a bit, but yeah, overall, it's your standard deluxe class articulation from Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Nothing groundbreaking here, but despite the limitations, you can still pull off some decent poses. He's not the most dynamic figure in the line, but he's no statue either. And with that, it's posing time. let's see what Jazz can do. Now let's talk about transformation. I'm not going to do a full step-by-step breakdown in this review, mainly because this is an older figure, it's a reissue, and honestly, most of you probably already know how this guy transforms. It's a simple, straightforward process, nothing overly complex, nothing too fiddly, but you know what? It's still pretty fun. Quick, clean and satisfying, just the way a deluxe transformation should be. Alright, with that out of the way, let's roll into the vehicle mode. Now taking a look at Jazz in vehicle mode, and I've got to say, I absolutely love it. This is the Porsche 935 Turbo, and it's just so satisfying to see it sitting right here on my review desk. I'm a huge fan of Jazz as a character, and even a bigger fan of Porsche. So this is really hitting all the right notes for me. As for this figure, the vehicle mode looks fantastic. Yes, it's missing a few classic details from the cartoon, no surprise there, but thankfully the aftermarket decals and stickers can bring out those missing touches to life if you're looking for screen accuracy. The car itself rolls smoothly, looks clean, and the sculpt really captures that sleek Porsche vibe. Of course, you can store the blaster on the roof, which, let's be honest, looks kind of ridiculous, but that's just how it is with most Transformers, nothing new there. Overall, I'm genuinely impressed with this alt mode. It's one of the best things about the figure. Alright, let's wrap it up with my final thoughts. Should you get it or skip it? If you're a Transformers 86 fan, a Jazz fan, or someone who just loves Porsches like I do, this figure is a solid pick. It's not perfect. Hasbro clearly took a few shortcuts, especially in the packaging and the accessories department. But what you do get is a clean, fun, and very recognizable version of Jazz that brings the G1 charm to your shelf. The robot mode is decent, the vehicle mode is gorgeous, the transformation is quick and satisfying. Sure, articulation is nothing fancy, and yes, you might want to invest in an upgrade kit if you're going for screen accuracy, but out of the box, it still delivers on the basics. So, should you get it? If you missed the original release or you're looking for a faithful G1 Jazz that does not break the bank, absolutely go for it. If you already own the mold and you're not a die-hard Jazz fan, you're not missing much. Either way, it's a cool piece to have in your collection, and for me, it's just great to have Jazz where he belongs. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and like this video, smash that like button like Jazz smashes Decepticons and potholes in vehicle mode. Subscribe for more robots, more rants, and more Porsches than your wallet can handle. More Transformers content coming soon because I clearly have a problem and I'm dragging you all down with me. So take care and always remember, till all are one.